Hi James, it's Phil Beever at the Wilderness Club. Just want to recap on what we worked on today. So I was very impressed with your golf swing today. So we just run through it here. We can see here as you take the club away, club head goes a little bit inside, left arm's good, right elbow's good. So we can see here the club head's just gone a little bit towards that red line, as we can see here halfway back. If I compare you here to Alexander Levay on the right, we'll see that as his arms go in, his club stays a little bit outside. But nothing to worry about there, James. All pretty good. As the club starts to complete its backswing, just keep an eye on one thing here. As we start to lift them arms up, keep an eye on the red line I've drawn on your bottom. You'll see that as we get to the top of your swing, you're just starting to move off of that line, okay? So great position at the top, but we can tell already that you're starting to move forwards where this arrow is pointing, okay? So if we look at Mr. LeVay at the top of his swing, we'll see that he stays on that red line. If anything, he goes slightly back of that red line, doesn't he? So he's getting his weight a little bit more towards his heels of his shoes, where to me your weight is more on your toes, okay? And that just changes things on the way down. If I just draw that again, sorry. That just changes things slightly on the way down for you. So when you come to the top, we know you've moved forward, and as you start down, the lines are really good, James. Left arm's good, club shaft's good, but you're really moving into it. So you're coming into the ball here. There's too much weight on your toes. Spine angle straightening. So your spine angle to me is sort of curved and straightened. Where if we look at LeVay, as he comes down, he's going to stay on that red line. He's going to create quite a lot of room. So his spine angle's still pretty good coming into impact like so. So what does that mean for you? Well, every time you move forward, James, you'll see here, if we keep an eye on this right foot now that I've drawn another line on, you'll see if we keep an eye on as you go through impact, watch it move forwards. There we go. So we can see it has a little dancing move and moves forwards. And that's just to stop you falling over. Okay? So you can imagine how, your timing has to be on the money just to not to fall over and to strike it. So all we worked on was trying to get that left hip and left bum cheek to move backwards for impact. And I asked you standing here over the ball, just take your right hand off the club, and I was standing sort of here, and I should shake my hand, and naturally you rotated in that position. So to work on that form, we just put your bum against the wall of the house or a fence or a tree, and just try and make a little follow through. No golf club in your hand, but just try and follow through and keep both bum cheeks on the wall, and that just get your hips turning more in a circular motion rather than sort of extending out this way. And that's why your inconsistencies were coming in. So we can see here coming into impact, club face, you're just hitting the ball out slightly out the toe of the club. Would you agree with that? And then look at the next frame. Bang, look how much that club face opens. And that's doing it because otherwise you'd hit it straight left. If you fall forwards as you are, you would flip the club and hit the ball straight over here. And you've just found a way to try and hit it straight. The last little part of your golf swing is when your left arm reaches horizontal to the ground. I wanted to see the club shaft just set a little bit more. So a little bit more wrist cock in the wrists. And that was very easy for you to work on. But what you found is that if you try to do both together, you really struggle to hit the ball. So on the golf course, I really want you to think about your hips. That's going to keep the golf ball very, very straight. And if you want a bit more power and a little bit more connection strike-wise, then work on the wrists. But I would do the wrists on the range and the hips mainly on the golf course. But never think of both at the same time, James. One ball thinking of wrists, one ball thinking of the hips for me. And that equates to your pitching and chipping. I made you just chip to this sort of area here. And I just wanted you to feel that you was hitting down on the ball a little bit more, wasn't you? Taking a bit more turf just to create a bit more spin. So nice swing, and we're just working on hitting in front of the ball on the mat, and that just gave you a bit more turf interaction and a bit more strike. So really happy with the swing, James. Just get them hips turning backwards and to the left rather than forwards, and all will be very impressive.